have received education.
Education is the best legacy a country can give to her citizens. It is a human right that should be accorded to every human being solely by the reason of being human. It improves the development of any society, hence the need for the educated ones to occupy significant positions in order to improve the society. Therefore, schools at various levels are expected to educate future leaders and develop the high-level technical capacities needed for economic growth and development. But the question is, how many schools live up to the expectation of training ordinary people who can survive under the most terrible circumstances and then become extraordinary? This brings to mind one sure bet: Dennis Memorial Grammar School, DMGS. Undoubtedly, Nigeria has witnessed a series of educational systems since its birth in 1914. But on January 25, 1925, the Dennis Memorial Grammar School, DMGS, was opened, and thus a light in the educational development in Igbo land was lit by the Church Missionary Society, which can never be quenched. Uppermost in the minds of the founding fathers of DMGS was the role it had to play in evangelizing to the people.
Anybody who didn't go to the DMGS didn't go to a secondary school. In terms of academics, I'm yet to see a school that can rival the DMGS.
Education is relative. Someone can go to a school and get 100% in the key subjects he's doing, and then leave the school, but he has not really been educated. Not because he simply passed his exams. There are other things that count in form of education.
Look at all the products of DMGS from 1925. We've produced the school by God's providence has produced eminent citizens in the nation that have excelled in, just name it, all areas of human endeavor in life, spanning all the continents, in all professions.
First crop of Igbos, went to DMGS. So because it had a very strong tradition, and a very strong disciplinary record, they wanted their wards, they wanted their sons to attend their alma mater. So you find out that 2 or 3 generations passed through the DMGS.
We are very proud of the school. The place that gave us a fund nurture. The place that made us what we are today.
By no particular design, the 3 people that formed the Orient Petroleum today, they all passed through DMGS. Engineer Walker was in DMGS, the former MD. Engineer Sonny Okoye, the current MD, also passed through DMGS. My very self, Engineer Onyeka Kammelu, Deputy Managing Director, I also passed through DMGS. So if you look around, the Dengrams are really doing well. And it's a legacy of discipline, hard work, commitment, and then excellence.
The first intake consisted of 19 boarders and 46 day students. Most of the students came from Onitsha and the surrounding towns, where the missionaries had worked for over half a century and where people had begun to appreciate the economic value of English education. The curriculum of the school then took after that of the average English grammar school of the period and was essentially designed to produce a literary type of education. It was meant to produce an elite set that would take on high professional jobs. Also, to produce highly accomplished elites who are expected to perform their professional jobs effectively and also become effective leaders. However, as time changed, DMGS moved on with the trend of time in all ramifications to cover other aspects of study.
Our DMGS has been marvelous, and that everything that the school should want to achieve at 90, DMGS has more than achieved.
I think DMGS Old Boys, to be fair, has contributed to education in this country, Nigeria. And the first Vice Chancellor of a university was Takana Ndike Ibadan, and the first university, first Nigerian to win Commonwealth Games was Emmanuel Ifajuna. And remember artists, Ben and one, even coming to the church, which I served, I'm still serving. Remember Bishop Wankete, Bishop Otubelo, Bishop Mwosu, Archbishop Oyamalukwe, Bishop Ihabwam. I don't need to mention myself. So, in terms of service, I think DMGS Old Boys have contributed.
We didn't have a school. You know, it was an island culture at DMGS. One thing that stood out, I think the name Dennis should be changed to discipline. Was a discipline there. You know, DMGS at that time was run like a boot camp. It was run like a boot camp. DMGS had discipline. They had pride as the first school in Igbo land. They had that can-do attitude.
We let our work talk for us. Yeah. Wherever you see a Dendramite performing, you will see that the person is grounded. So it has impacted in all spheres of life. For instance, we were not taught accounting as a course.
At the time I went to DMGS right after the war. It wasn't really a good time at the time. But the friendships survived, the relationships survived, the core values survived. Because at DMGS you learn that talent is never enough. In fact, nobody cares about your talent. They care about your character, care about your integrity, how you treat other people, how you see life, how you handle your emotions.
The mission of DMGS is to provide enough and standard physical structures for students, improve teachers' performances and productivity through internal supervision, sponsorship to seminars, and so on.
There were impressions. Impressions were created by teachers. If you like the teacher, you like his subject. That's what I can tell you. And there are others, many others. How about Ogas teaching us literature, teaching us Macbeth? I make a lot of quotations from Macbeth today. It's because of the way Ogas taught us.
You see a teacher in DMGS, not that high elementary, nothing more than that. But he's teaching us and getting grade 1s and 1-1 in most subjects. Yeah. The same thing as so many of them. But the spirit, the commitment, they were so determined. And I told you that they converted us from whatever we had. Like an artist converting a piece of stone to a beautiful stone.
We had dedicated teachers. We didn't have too many graduate teachers as a peer. You know, that is graduate in terms of university. You know, we had NCE, a lot of NCE teachers. They were good, classically good. For instance, Mr. Bonye, Mr. Bonye taught us mathematics. He wasn't a university graduate, but he was fantastic. And I remember that even the mathematics we did at the university, I had to fall back on the Bonye's classwork. Yeah.
As for the vision, it is to produce students who can face the global challenges by being morally upright. In view of this, only students of proven administrative ability and integrity were appointed prefects, even till date. The system offered students the opportunity for inculcation into the art of leadership. This training enabled students of Dennis Memorial Grammar School, popularly known as Dengramites, to play an important role in Nigeria. Wherever they go, they caused their lights to shine before men, and men took notice that they are indeed products of the school whose motto is Lux Fiat.
You are what you are because of you are what you will be because of what DMGS has brought to you. This position was the only job I have ever worked with for in my life. And I was so desperate to the chairman of the school management to restore DMGS to this former that I was even prepared, if I was prepared and they accept me to be the principal of the school.
DMGS is there. No mind, CKC will say that every time. Well, where are they? I'm not even talking about CKC. No. I mean, King's College. King's College. I always battle with Alice women. Just no way to compare. No way to compare. Or, in terms of number, we are. In terms of qualitative education, in terms of, different levels of life, we are there. In sciences, we are there. In mathematics, we are there.
Medicine, law.
Everything, we are there.
Okay.
Everything good.
I was brought up to like dignity, to like decency, to like hard work. I never wanted anything free. We did not learn how to copy in exams or how to carry a certificate that someone else deserved, and not us. And all of those were seriously practicing the DMGS of my time.
DMGS is the only school I have seen where people you thought will never make it in life will end up being stars. I've had calls to meet people who left DMGS with SR, what we call SR in our time, statement of result.
Okay.
When you later meet them, they are PhD holders. They later repeated the class 5, went to university, and they became PhD holders. It's only DMGS. Many students who fell from other schools never make it. But you see the DMGS person, he will continue fighting on.
There's an order, a way of doing, the orderly way of doing things. It's very, very essential in people's life. You may, for instance, someone may come out and see people who are millionaires or whatever in life. They don't know there was an orderly way you can do that to get to that level. Ian just taught me that to be patient and try to, at each given time, look before we look. Very, very essential. Apart from the academic work, which we all did very well and came out, it led us to wherever we have been today.
I'm always proud to tell people that I'm a product of Dennis Memorial Grammar School on Onitsha, and that I would not have known what I am today, as if anything I am is of any substance if I hadn't attended DMGS. And I'm sure I'm a very happy person knowing that I passed through the 4 walls of DMGS. And it is left for people to say whether DMGS passed through, but with every sense of modesty, I will say DMGS passed through me.
Knowing that you don't need to have been born under a lucky star, with incredible wealth, with terrific contacts and connections, or even with special skills. But what you need to succeed in your life's goal is self-discipline. Dengramites are trained and nurtured to have self-discipline in all they do.
You know, DMGS is a very prestigious school. It's been a school that once you pass through that school, you know, you come out being somebody else. I can tell you, you know, that the experiences, the growth and the challenges, you know, I met in DMGS had helped to mold me to be the person I am today.
In the field of educational development, the founders of the DMGS have not been disappointed in the field of secondary education. Eastern Nigeria owes a great debt to the pioneering mission of DMGS. The school is second to none in breaking academic records of producing students with best results in arts and science discipline since inception.
You know, we had some A-level students. They finished their A-level and they came into the class. They were very bright, very hot, and they were teaching mathematics. We love the way they were solving mathematical equations, quadratic equations, and things like that. And they were very fast.
We want in DMGS to give you 2 certificates. One at entry, you must pass your skill set. Then, when you leave, you have another certificate, you must make treatment.